with that bald fellow.
Guess what,
Like, hey,
bro?
you just said my friend's bald. Like, that's okay.
We just went live on YouTube. I figured that
Oh
out.
shit.
Guess what? It's just Periscope and Twitter that suck.
YouTube,
So what's up, everybody?
YouTube.
This is the Clint Esposito show slash swapcast with the VCast. There's a lot of casts in this statement.
A lot of casting.
Swapcast with the VCast, the Clint Esposito showcast. What up, Vic?
We're just
Cedeno?
swapping spit. I don't know. We've just been talking for like like an
14
hour.
minutes. Well,
We've
we're
been no 14 minutes. We've been talking for like an hour. I don't know what's been live, what's on recording. I don't know what I said that's going on air.
don't worry about it, bro.
What's incriminating. We just dead named like 6 people.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it though, because you can't look them up anymore because that name doesn't exist. It's dead.
We trashed Asian cuisine entertainment.
Asian cuisine entertainment. That is a hot
The
market right now. The
the
Asian cuisine
mukbangs.
entertainment. Oh yeah,
I'm
the
just looking at this.
mukbangs.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this girl's page. Katina eats kilos. That's her page name.
Is she
All right.
big or is she not? Is she?
She's pretty brolic. One of her main pictures is of her doing the fucking double bicep flex to fucking show. This is her Facebook page that I'm looking at, Katina, and then it has like burgers and donuts and pizzas and fucking burritos and chips and waffles everywhere. And she's just like this little 140 pound chick that eats 3,000 calories in one sitting a day.
So to me, that's what I was asking. She's not big. She's just hungry.
Yeah. She does a fucking 10,000 calorie dollar store. What the fuck? 10,000 calories in just dollar store food. You
We
think you
are
could put down 10,000 calories?
um sure. I mean, what is she just eating the most caloric things?
She's just eating all her goodies, all the stuff that she likes to eat. I wonder. I
I
mean, I don't have the 43 minutes it would take for me to find out everything she ate. Maybe she has it in the notes.
maybe we were talking about that wasn't on. I don't even think that I just looked on YouTube and I think it's frozen. I think this computer is fucking not gonna swing it. It says it's live. We'll just leave it up there. Who knows? It might be
I'm
frozen.
frozen too.
It did freeze on my computer a couple times. Oh, I know. See, if we were in person, wasn't running a Zoom call as well on this computer, we'd probably be fine. But that's what happens. And because I didn't have the thing for the computer downloaded or for my camera downloaded in this computer, and it's using the computer camera, that apparently also drags down too.
Fucks it up.
Yep. So, like we were saying, comedy's about dead because COVID killed it, bro. Nobody can go anywhere. Everybody's on quarantine.
Word.
Um,
So everybody's fighting. Everybody's online arguing and fighting over who gave who COVID and fucking doing their own personal contact tracing.
and they all probably smoked blunts together. And then they're like, how did I get this?
Yeah. I know. That's
Um,
funny.
that is funny.
I don't know how I haven't gotten it.
I think I did because um, people I hang out with every single week have the antibodies. And once or twice I didn't feel like the best. So not like I felt really sick. I just had like stuffy nose for probably a couple days to a week.
That's the fucking thing. That like you could get it, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But if I get the sniffles, if I get a runny nose, if I get a headache, I'm not going to get tested.
No.
I'm just not. I'm not gonna get tested. Like I've been saying this and I've been saying it like a joke, but I honestly mean it. Like I am not gonna get tested for COVID unless I'm going to the hospital.
Yeah.
If I have to call my doctor because I don't feel good, if I don't feel good to the point where I need to call my doctor, then I will get tested for COVID. But if I get the sniffles, if I get the headache or flu-like symptoms, I am not getting tested. I'm just not going out. I'm not going to walk around. I'm not going places. I'm not going to work. Even though people at my job started catching it, like a few people caught it, and literally the same day, like right before New Year's break, they asked me about going back to work. Like, it's not serious. We're not seriously asking if you want to come back. We're just wondering. And I was like,
And you're
well,
like, nope.
now that I thought about it, no, I don't ever want to work in an office again.
Haven't you been going in a little bit?
Yes, to shoot YouTube videos
Ah,
and to train this new girl. Well, she's not new. She's just from a different department and she's moving into our department. So I've been going once a week to sit with her and like we sit in the same room and just talk about work, like train her on customer service shit. So other than that, I haven't been going. I'm perfectly fine in my fucking setup here. There's nothing I need there.
you don't deal with customers directly, like in person?
Mm-mm. No, because all my customers are also project managers, and they go to job sites and then they go back to the office.
Got it.
So I deal more with the people in the factory. Like that's the only thing that I really would miss is dealing with the people that's actually producing the shit.
Which you guys produce it at your building, at your location?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And where's that at?
In Sea Caucus. And all the jobs they do, they're like really big, like Harlem Hospital and like the glass on the outside and just walls. WWE in Connecticut, Gary V's office in fucking New York City.
Were you like, yo, take me with you?
No, you never really see, like, I just see the names. I just saw that it said Vayner X.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I know what that is, you
Yeah.
know, or I see WWE offices, but you never talk to anybody there because the people that we talk to are general contractors,
Yeah, of course.
architects and shit. So
Yeah, there's one guy he's talking to, or two guys that are, then they're dealing with everybody else.
yeah, it's a paywall.
But, and I'm sure if you guys are building the thing still, he ain't even there.
Yeah, that's the thing too. We don't even build the stuff. We don't even install it. So we don't even touch the building. We're just producing the materials that get delivered to site. So we're not even really stepping foot on site.
You said it's structural glass?
Architectural.
Architectural. So is it structural?
Like walls? No, not structural.
Oh, okay. It doesn't bear weight.
Yeah, that's the glass on the outside.
Got it.
Yeah, which we are starting to do now too. The insulated units.
Got it.
That's a whole different fucking ball game. Now there's bird glass because that's fucking concern.
Yeah,
that's a huge concern now.
Many windows.
Because they just hit wind. Yeah, like in Canada. Canada has a lot of fucking laws. So now the U.S. is like moving into that direction. That progressive. When you don't have shit to worry about, you just gotta worry about something.
Birds dying, but on their
birds
own accord.
Fucking smacking into. Well, because the problem is people want to put these glass skyscrapers up, and then nobody pays attention to what or nobody's even aware of what the fucking fallout is from putting these big mirrors up in the sky. And then all of a sudden you just have these birds flying into it. And then you have big birds like hawks and fucking eagles and shit that fly into these big ass buildings.
And break the
And
glass.
well, not even break the glass. They're just worried. They're literally worried about the birds.
Them
Like just
dying.
there's so many birds die. It's not even like it's funny, but it's not even funny. Like the amount of fucking birds that die a year from flying into it. So what they do is they make this glass, and they into like the mix of the glass they put these grids,
Hmm.
so that if you have those
Yeah, polarized lenses.
polarized lenses, you'd be able to see the grid like that.
Yeah.
So that's really how birds can see.
Oh yeah.
So they would see the grid and they wouldn't fly into
Bird's
it.
vision is polarized.
Whatever their vision is, they can see the fucking grid that we can't.
Damn.
So when to us it'll look like a regular glass thing unless you put the fucking polarized sunglasses, and then you're like Roddy Piper, and it says "obey" in all the windows. But it's just a grid so that the birds can see it. That it's
Right.
not it just looks to them like it's not transparent, so they won't fly into the building.
Got it.
So then like all these fucking I know Canada and then like places up north have started doing it. They've put these regulations where I think it's like above 6 stories or something like that. You have to start using this kind of glass. Like they're like mandating it.
Huh.
So that it's funny like that. Once you do that, then you create the bird glass lobby, and the bird glass lobby is going to keep lobbying all different
all these
districts
birds.
everywhere. Yeah, and then it's like, you know what? 2 floors is too much. Like everything after 2 floors is
Yeah.
really what should be mandated. And you know what we should do is we should make all the businesses change it. The existing businesses, like if it's not bird glass now, they
Right.
got to go back and change. You know what I mean? And they do that shit just so that they can get they can get paid.
They wouldn't do that, Vic. It's for the safety of the birds. It's for bird safety, Vic.
Who would think of such a thing, Victor? That is ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. What are you?
Why would you
a
even think
Q?
like that?
What are you, a
Yeah.
Q or something?
Oh
Saying
my
shit like
God.
that?
Speaking of Q, how about that little fucking? Did you read that shit I sent to the group chat
Yeah.
on Instagram? That fucking Lynn Wood dude.
Dude, but here's the thing. All this stuff keeps getting put out by the QAnon and everybody, and nothing
Tom Clancy.
fucking happens.
Nothing happens.
Nothing.
Trust the
It doesn't
process,
matter.
bro.
It doesn't matter what
Trust
the news
the
is.
process.
Nothing happens.
Trust the process. I can't wait to troll them so hard when Joe
They
Biden when Joe
inaugurate
Biden's
him.
certified. Yeah, and they inaugurate him, and I'm like, hey, you guys lost. You lost to a pedophile ring. You lost to pedophiles. You guys are supposed to be on the side of Jesus. Jesus lost to pedophiles.
Yeah.
You guys fucking suck.
Dude,
What's the Q's the worst letter? You know why? Because Q ain't shit without you. Right? Q ain't shit without you. And all you idiots believe this trust in the process shit.
it's like, so let's say that what they're saying is true. Let's say it's
Well,
true.
we should probably explain
To
what
people
it is that
what
we're
Q
talking
is.
about.
Okay.
No, not even what Q is. People, I think by now people know about fucking Q. When the president's talking about it and it's being on mainstream media, I think people know what Q is. But when we're talking about this Lynn Wood, the shit that we shared in the group chat, Lynn Wood is one of Donald Trump's. I don't know if he is currently his lawyer or if he was his lawyer, but he was helping him with this whole election case shit. And he shot off a series of tweets at like 3 a.m, just alleging that this group, this cyber hacker group called the Lizard Group or the Lizard Clan or whatever the fuck they're called. And this hacker group, they hacked one of the intelligence agencies and stole evidence that Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts fucked and killed a kid on camera, and that this is a ploy that intelligence agencies use to get people in positions of power compromised so that they can use them. And this is what Jeffrey Epstein was all about, was getting people in power to compromise themselves with children, and then they would videotape it, and then now they owned you. So he shot off all that shit. He talked about Pence and the letters. Do you know about that? The letters that all of like Obama and Bush and everybody got at Bush Senior's funeral.
No.
All right. So Bush Senior is CIA from back in the day. Bush Senior was involved in JFK. Not saying, even if you don't believe the conspiracy, he was involved because he was like there that day, or he was in the CIA by this time. He died, and at his funeral, Obama, Bush, Clinton, Pence, apparently, they all got these envelopes, and supposedly what was in the envelopes, and this is all Q stuff. What was in the envelopes was warning that the gig is up. It's all over because Bush Senior, with all his CIA contacts and the deep state and all that shit, was running shit and protecting everybody. And now that he was dead, that nobody was going to be able to be protected, and that all their secrets are going to come out. So they all got like there's pictures and videos of all of them opening these envelopes and looking at it like kind of like weird. Like it's really awkward. Like the envelopes that they read and they looked at it, you can see that they're looking at it, they're paying attention, they're reading what's inside of it, they're not just glancing at it. And then they're like, look around. So anyway, that's what Linwood was fucking talking about. This is the fucking president of the United States lawyer firing tweets away at 3 a.m.
Which,
Is he playing on the Q shit, bro? Is he trying to get likes and shares?
yeah. I don't know, bro. How
Or
about
is he
it's a
fucking
weird uh it's a weird time to be shooting that stuff.
3 a.m. on a fucking
Yeah.
coke binge?
Yeah,
Is he
exactly. Like
coked
what
up?
is going on? You're
Can't
not
get his dick
helping
hard
any
anymore at this point, so
we're
he
not
starts firing
we're
tweets
not
off.
helping any rumors here with fucking doing this stuff in the middle of the night, you know what I mean?
He says he's got evidence, and that he can't get killed because if he gets killed, it'll get distributed.
But okay, so here's the thing. Like how this shit didn't even make it to I thought there was more I thought there was more. Everybody was up in arms that they put Amy Comey Barrett in. There's going to be so many conservative fucking judges. He's going to be able to do whatever. They don't even accept the case.
No.
Here's my other question. I don't understand the legal system apparently well enough. If the if that court doesn't accept it, where do you fight it? Like, well, what? Who is he protesting against if the court's already said you don't have a case?
Well, I don't know what the exact legal ramifications of what the court's response was, but maybe there's not like a double jeopardy. You know, like how when you try a case for murder, you can't try it again. Maybe that kind of situation doesn't apply because they didn't really try anything. They just said
Well, it's just that you
we're
can't
not
be
going to hear it.
convicted again.
Yeah. But they didn't even hear the case. That's what I mean. Like they didn't. It's not like they heard the case and then they made a decision. They just said we're not even going to listen to the case. So maybe they can still listen to the case, as opposed to where if they listen to the case, then there wouldn't be really anywhere else to go.
We're guessing.
You
Neither one
know,
of us.
exactly. I'm fucking guessing. I have no idea. This is just guess. I'm
Neither
hoping
one
this
of
makes
us
sense.
have any idea. We're hoping that
Let's
this is right.
call Walter Deptuck.
Is he a lawyer?
Yeah.
I should call my friend Doug. He's too smart though. He'll be all.
I'd call my friend Agent, but he died.
I don't
It's a real
think that'll
shame.
work.
It's a real shanda. Maybe we'll get a Ouija board.
Be like, yo, is Trump gonna get reinaugurated on the Ouija board.
Yeah, he fucking say yes. He'd just be like yes, even if he knew that it was not the truth.
Because that's the type of
He
person he is.
he would just get kicked out of heaven for lying on a Ouija board.
Do you think that even dials up there or what?
How fucked up would that be if God just got really pissed off? He'd be like, "You can't even tell the fucking truth on a Ouija board. Like you don't have to lie anymore. You're dead. Why are you still lying? I forgave you for this, and you're still lying. What the fuck?"
He'd be like, "Forgive me again, bro."
Yeah, bro. You think you can get forgiven again in heaven? If you're in heaven, do the same rules apply?
Double jeopardy.
Oh yeah.
I don't think. I don't think there's a guy with a pen and a paper
Clipboard.
at fucking the
There's no
door.
clipboard.
I don't think so. I don't. I bet there's
Come on,
not.
bro. My whole life I've been seeing nothing but clipboard dudes at the fucking gates. If I die and there's nobody with a clipboard waiting to take my information, I'm gonna be supreme. I'm gonna fucking file a complaint with customer
Yo,
service.
this is the afterlife. You think they need a fucking stupid clipboard? Like, when was heaven made in the 80s? We don't even, they would at least have a tablet.
Yes, maybe.
They would at
Hey,
least have a
something.
tablet.
Yes, I agree. They move from fucking a guy sitting there with clinking out of stones. Really, they don't need any of it. They do that just to make you comfortable when you go up there.
Yeah. So you're not
Really.
just blown away by what it actually is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, because it just makes you think like you're getting actual treatment.
Okay, what if like when you do like acid or a lot of mushrooms, not just micro host, when you do a bunch when you do a bunch of mushrooms or something or acid, do you think maybe you visit where you go when you die, like it's a different dimension and you go into that dimension mentally?
Just fucking touch a little bit of where you're gonna be.
Yeah, you go
Oh,
like a teeny bit in.
is that where dreaming goes too?
um I don't know.
Does dreaming touch there too a little bit?
Maybe.
You get like on the outskirts.
And that's why you're getting, see, like, I think that like all this ancient astronaut theory BS is like when the in whatever, whoever the fuck it was, Homo erectus or whatever, found mushrooms. They started eating mushrooms because it probably made them feel good and think and stuff like that. And then they started getting these downloads from the other dimension, being like, "Yo, you guys should keep that fire going, bro. Why don't you try throwing that? Why don't you try throwing that steak on there? It seems a little tough, like."
That could probably be it. They just got like signals to do things.
Yeah, like how do you explain that within 100 or 200 years? Now that seems like a fairly long time, but if you think about the hundred and whatever million billion years that the friggin' Earth has been here, we don't even know. Within 100 or 200 years, and I can't give you any very specific ones, but I know that there are instances of things that people on other sides of the world came to the same conclusion or started doing this similar type of thing within like 100 years, right?
Mhm.
At a time when nobody flew around the world or anything. Uh, that's ridiculous. I think that that's because it's like I said, the aliens were like, they went into that dimension and those guys were like, yo, you should fucking do whatever.
Yeah, but that's like how if you look at all the major jumps in technology nowadays, look at Apple, look at Microsoft. Those were all started with that guy wasn't that guy that started Microsoft with Bill Gates a fucking he was one of those fucking hallucinogenic
Oh,
people.
really?
Yeah, and Steve Jobs is a fucking he knows everybody knows he went to India or some shit like to search for the fucking trips.
Yeah.
and he did all that fucking enlightening shit.
Who
And
started Microsoft with Gates?
um, what's his name? Wuhan. Wuhan. Is it
What?
Wuhan?
What?
Oh, here we go.
Bill Gates' old
Bill
partner
Gates.
was named Wuhan? Are we fucking. And he has a vaccine for the virus? Come on.
Oh, Paul Allen.
Whew.
I thought it was a. I thought his name was fucking something else.
Obviously.
I don't know why I thought he was. Maybe no. That's the other co-founder of Apple, Steve Wick or something like that. Co-founder of Apple,
Steve Wuhan.
Steve Wozniak. That's the fucking
Ah,
name.
there you go. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I'm like, I know I fucking know the name. And Ronald Wayne. Who the fuck is Ronald Wayne?
I don't know. They booted him. He's like the fifth monkey.
That poor bastard.
They're like, later, bro.
Maybe he outlived Jobs though.
Probably.
Ronald Wayne. Look at this creepy. He looks like the fucking like the uncle, the vampire uncle from the Munsters.
You got to share it with me.
Ronald Wayne. I can share it.
Not if you're on are you on a different computer?
Share screen. Boom.
Yeah.
This fucking dude.
Damn. He started Apple?
He's one of the co-founders. These three guys are the founders.
Do you think
Ronald Wayne.
how long until he was kicked out?
That's a good
He
question.
co-founded Apple. Here, go up and hit his Wikipedia. You know that's always right.
I'm looking for it. There it is. After Apple. After leaving Apple. Yeah, leaving. He sold his entire share. Oh no. $800 in 1976. You fucking loser.
After Apple, Wayne resisted Jobs' attempts to get him to return, remaining at Atari until 1978 when he joined Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory and later an electronics company. And I can't see because the fucking things are.
Oh my god. $500. Look, he even sold the contract for $500. You desperate cuck.
Wayne
What the
sold the
fuck?
original Apple partnership contract paper signed in 1976 by Jobs for
Look,
$500.
Wayne has stated that he regrets
Oh
that
my
sale.
god, dude! And I'll read this for people on audio. In 2011, the contract was sold at an auction for 1.6 million. Wayne
Oh
stated that
my
he
god.
regrets that sale. Yo, this is
What a
like
loser,
this
bro. He's the mush.
Wikipedia is the biggest punk on anybody ever right here. They're like,
Yep.
yo, he sold how much fucking stock did he had? He had a 45% stock and he sold it for $800 fucking dollars. Bro, he could have made a
Oh
billion
my
dollars off of
god.
that.
That's
I don't know about a
hilarious.
billion. He made it fucking.
Legally, all members of a partnership are personally responsible for any debts incurred by any partner, unlike Jobs and Wozniak. Wayne had personal assets.
Credits could
And he
possibly
bought
see.
12 days after Wayne wrote the document that formally created Apple. He returned to the registrar's office and renounced his role in the company. Oh my God.
And then Jobs tried to get him to come back. So what the fuck happened?
Well, apparently this guy didn't want to be a fucking business guy. He's like, I just don't want to be a billionaire.
Yeah,
I just don't want to be a billionaire.
dude.
This guy's not even worth sharing anymore. What a fucking hello. Jose.
See what he's worth. Let's see that.
Ronald Wayne net worth.
Maybe he's already mega rich, but dude, 40%.
Oh no, come on, bro. You're not gonna want to hear this.
He's broke.
You're not gonna want to hear
He's
this.
broke. I feel sick.
What do you think?
He's like $500,000.
Ooh, close. 400.
Fuck, dude.
Bro, Steve Jobs from the grave. Wozniak. You can't throw this guy $1 million. What's Steve Wozniak's net worth? Let's see.
Dude, the contract that he had and
100 million.
sold for $500 resold for more than that guy's net fucking worth. I'm just
Meanwhile, Steve Jobs at the time of his death was worth $10 billion.
all right. 45% stock hold probably would have been $1 billion,
What a loser.
bro.
That sounds so depressing.
Dude, I was just gonna say this brought the whole atmosphere down because I'm so upset for that guy.
But what, like, I guess I could see it. You're starting a fucking business with
Yo,
somebody.
he was
and,
old. Yeah, and Steve Jobs was a young cocksucker.
Two young kids. You don't really not into business. You just like making shit. You set it up for them because you knew better, right? And then like you just start talking to this fucking asshole. And he's like, I'm gonna make phones one day. And this guy's like, I'm out. I'm making computers, bro. I don't care about phones and all this shit. Steve Jobs is talking to him about phones with fucking email and shit in it. This guy has no idea what
No,
he's
you know
talking
what
about.
happened? Bro, you know what? I know exactly why he wanted to get out of there.
Touch the specker.
No, Steve Jobs is like, they got fucked up one night. Steve Jobs stuck his split lizard tongue out, right? And his horn stuck out of his head. And he's like, and then I'm going to collect everybody's data and I'm going to know where they are at all times. And I'll be able to listen in on their phones and turn their cameras on and watch them in the bathroom. And this guy's like, bro, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Like, bro, we did not talk about this.
He's
We
like,
did not say anything about the bathroom.
dude, that's what happened. They did sign the contracts. He went back and had a celebratory meeting with them, and all of a sudden his horns come out, and he was like, "Oh my God, I just made a deal with the lizard people."
Yeah.
And this guy's like, "I'm gonna steal everyone's soul. They're gonna not be able to leave the room without my gadgets in their hands."
Too bad he couldn't see the future, and he was like, "Oh man, this fucking I'll hold out. This lizard guy's gonna die of fucking cancer in his asshole. So if you just hold out."
Dude, all he had to do was hold out and not sell his fucking stocks. Like, what are you talking about? Or the contract.
Guy sold the paper, bro. That's how
A
desperate he was
paper
for
for
money.
$500. Yeah.
Penny slots, bro. Penny slots.
Dude,
It's a terrible time.
that is a terrible time. Do you have any smart TVs?
I don't think they're smart. I mean, they connect to the internet and they have apps on them, but they don't have like Alexa, and I don't have them connected to the internet either.
Well, let me tell you, I got a LG and Bethany has a Samsung, and they both have free live channels on them, like a lot, and they just run their own ads on them. When you go to a bar and they have the chive, I got that. I got Fail Army.
Oh, yeah. Like
TM,
Snapchat.
TMZ. Yeah, exactly. I guess so. Most MXC, most extreme well, that's not some of the things have their own channel. It's just one show on shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it depends on the service. Some of them, or they just play them a bunch in a row. But there's tons of shows on here. It's pretty sweet, and I have no internet, or I have no cable, I should say. It's just
It gives you
working
some
off the
background
internet.
noise.
Yeah, exactly.
I like having that. Yeah, I like having that on for back. That's what I do. I do that with my TV because I don't have any TV down here, so I just put like like YouTube. Right now, my
Yeah.
background noise is Star Trek. I put on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
I'll put like my PlayStation on, and I'll just fucking play like a show that
Yeah.
I don't watch. I did that with Schitt's Creek, The Office.
Normally for like just killing time background noise, I have old dirt bike races on that I already
Mm.
watched, and then I just have them go, replaying. That way I already know who won and everything, and fucking I don't have to pay attention.
Yeah, the best background noise is snuff films.
Is mukbang.
The snuff films. Just watching people get the life choked out of them as you fucking send emails.
You're like sending
Really
you
sets the
this
tone.
chokehold.
Cordially yours,
Sending
Death.
this chokehold along to you.
Oh my god, I gotta
So,
pee.
well, how long have we been on here? Let me see. I don't
10
think
minutes.
10 minutes?
10 minutes. It's been
I don't
quick.
think so. 49 minutes. And
We got a little
live
bit.
for 36.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit. Of nonsense. 36 minutes, 40 something minutes of nonsense.
Hey, at least we did something. We turned fucking a nothing day into something.
Into something. We missed a mic. Saturday, I think I'm going to go to Rich's show.
This Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. We need to find some other stuff. We also have a little we're not going to go too far into it, but we got a little idea we're brewing ourselves, trying to put ourselves something together. So stick around and wait for that to come out, or whatever things to happen, I suppose. But I think we can talk about this, which you had alluded to earlier. The year, basically, the way that it actually went, like the year sucked as a whole. But you were saying yourself, the same as me, comedy wise, I actually progressed. I actually got in a really good with working with Mike and the dojo down there in a killer scenario for myself, and actually did probably more shows than I ever have, and actually progressed over the last 6 to 8 months like a bunch. And I know I'm very fortunate because I know a lot of people definitely did not progress over this last year.
Well, we were at shows, multiple shows every week
Yeah.
for a good amount of time, where other people, and I'm not trying to compare myself to big names, but I mean like other people even bigger than us or on the same level weren't doing any shows.
Yeah, I agree.
None.
I agree.
So we did get it. We did even like just even being around a lot of shows. Like I was at a lot of shows, but I wasn't on every show. But being at every show, helping set up, helping seat people, um, watching comics tell their jokes, watching audiences respond, all that shit is learning
Yeah.
and being in that environment.
Yeah. And I think also when you end up having to, when you do shows with those people, like just it forces your level up. So I think that that's even a good thing to learn, is just it's the same thing with riding or sports or anything like that.
Yeah,
Where
it's not a bar show.
yeah, you're around. Well, and yeah, I mean that too. There's a real crowd, one. Two, you know that if you suck, there's real comedians there, and you're like, I don't want to be the weak link here and have everybody go, man, that one guy fucking sucked.
Everybody was great except that one
That
guy.
one guy was terrible.
Yeah, that one guy. Well, what the fuck was he doing here?
Yeah, exactly. So
Don't
you're,
have that guy back. Have you ever heard that?
yeah,
Don't have that guy come back.
yeah.
I'm like, oh god.
Somebody said that about you.
No, I've heard like, obviously producing a show, I've so many people like customers have come
Oh
back
yeah,
and have been like, "Hey, that was a really great show." But for some reason they feel the need to be like, "But that one guy that you had," he's like, "Yeah, that guy, I'm bring that guy back." But that other guy, he was really funny. Yeah, that guy was great. Like you get a lot of that, but they have to tell you who they didn't like.
yeah. That is true. That is
And
true. But
then I message the person and I'm like, "Hey, somebody told me that you suck." Somebody said that you're horrible.
but don't you find that every time you tell somebody that you've known for a long time that you do comedy, they're like, "I'll tell you if you're funny." Isn't that always you don't get that response? Dude, everybody I
No,
know always says something to that effect. Like, "Are you funny? I'll tell you if you're funny." Like something like that. And I'm like, "Oh, I
yeah,
didn't
no,
realize you were a comedy connoisseur
no.
here."
I get to tell me a joke.
Well,
I get that. Tell me a joke. And the other number one that I hate is
are you good?
not that I hate, but I get the do you like Dave Chappelle? Do you like Bill Burr?
Yeah.
Do you like fucking this guy? What about this guy? Do you listen to this guy? I got a random text from one of my friends actually, and it goes and he was like yeah, same thing. He's like, "Do you like Bill Burr?" So I'm like, "Yeah, I love Bill Burr. Top 3
You're like,
alive."
there's tickets or something.
And then he was like, "Yeah," he's like, "Oh, I'm just watching him. He reminded me of you." And I
You're like,
just
what?
texted him. Yeah, I just texted him back. I just texted him back a heart. I was like, "Thanks, you made my fucking." I didn't say anything else other than just a heart. But in my mind, I'm like, "You made my fucking day. How are you gonna just
Yeah.
say that you watched Bill Burr? You're at home watching Netflix. You fucking, eating food, doing whatever the fuck you're doing. You just killed your girlfriend, and you're watching Netflix, and you're watching Bill Burr, and you're like, oh, you know what? That reminds me of Vic Cedeno. I'm gonna text him and ask him if he likes Bill Burr, so I can tell him."
You're like, yo, do you copy Bill Burr?
Yeah, I instantly got a Netflix special from that fucking message.
That's your review. You put that as a
Yeah,
review on
that's it.
your site.
Yeah, I actually created an account for my friend just so I can go on a review section and comment that on multiple review sections.
You're like, I dictated it word for word. It's fine. It's not weird
Yeah.
that I made all these accounts in his name.
what do you what do you think about I forgot who I heard it from. I'm just trying to remember, but I heard from another comic saying that you shouldn't post your shitty stand up. Like you shouldn't post any shitty stand up. Like that shouldn't exist on the internet.
What do you
And I was
mean,
like, damn,
old bad sets?
yeah, just like anything that's not funny, like that shouldn't be posted. Like I have just whole bad sets posted on my YouTube page, and I'm like, damn, should I take that down? Like if people are gonna go back and look at that and be like, ugh, this guy sucks. Like now, I mean that now at this point, it's stand up from 2018.
I have
What
taken,
relevance is it?
well, I'm on the fence because I have taken stuff down that I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah,
Uh, but there is a there is a give and take. I have heard people say, and albeit I don't know that they're necessarily successful. I can't even remember who it was. But I heard somebody say it's cool to have older stuff up so you could see the progress. And I'm like, yeah, but again, in a business aspect, you'd rather not have stuff that shows you in a bad light still floating around.
yeah.
Because
Like, oh,
ultimately, if
is this guy gonna come to my fucking show and say this?
Because ultimately, if somebody goes online and the first video that they find of you sucks, that's always going to be their fucking,
Impression of you.
yeah.
Yeah. 100%. It's just like an open micer. When you go to open mics with someone, you'll always see them as an open micer, or they'll
Yeah.
always see you
No,
as an open micer.
100%. Dude, I say
You
it all the
know?
time. Will always stay at whatever level to the person, to a certain individual. You'll always stay at the level that you met them at. Like, so riding wise, there are some really big name famous riders that respect me as a rider because we rode together. Now there's guys that look up to those guys that are, at the same level, but they don't respect me because we never rode. But it's like they respect guys that respect me, but it doesn't, we didn't ride together, so they don't have that, they don't see it that way,
Yeah.
which
You
is just,
translate.
yeah, which is just at everybody you meet. And I mean, it's super hard to progress past that in anybody's mind, like say you're a busboy at some place, even if you become whatever, the jerk off that hired you there is always going to see you as a friggin' busboy, unless they're cool. But most people aren't that cool, and they're just like,
I
this kid,
know.
I knew him, whatever. Yeah, but it's like they're not that person anymore. They were on their way to this,
Yeah.
like,
The minute you get into a fight with them, that's the first thing they throw. Like, you used to be just a busboy
yeah,
here.
suck my dick. I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
You were just a busboy here. Yeah. Yeah. Or go back to being a busboy. They want to fucking throw that shit around. I've
yeah,
been there. I've worked at a restaurant.
yeah. What do you mean? Oh, because I had to pay bills at a certain time and do
Yeah.
some other stuff?
Because I had no experience and I
Yeah.
started from the bottom. Now I'm here. Now I'm at the fry, bitch.
No,
Yeah.
I started at
I
the
used to
bottom and
do,
now I'm like two steps up.
I used to do dishes. Now I'm on saute, bro. What are you fucking saying? Like, what's the big fucking deal? What are you saying that I'm not good enough to be on grill?
You know,
Grill was the top spot.
and I think that's another thing that kind of I think a lot of people, because of that, or maybe we just do it to ourselves. I think a lot of people also don't let, in their head, can't progress past. Like, let's take, I won't even name anybody, but open micers in general, or not in general, but let's say some that we started about the same time, or you started the same time with them, let's say, and now they kind of don't see themselves as show material yet. We actually had a conversation with somebody one time. You and I were there, and they were like, one day I'll be like here at the dojo and this and that. And I'm like, we started together. What are you talking about? Like, but so in my head, we're having that same deal that we were just talking about. In my
Yeah.
head, he and I started together, so we're like peers. But just because of the scenario with the dojo and being around those people and now being perceived as maybe a little bit higher level of
Mhm.
a comedian, that they don't see themselves at that level, which to me is like, I
You
might
got to get forced into it, I feel like.
I might not see myself like that, but I can guarantee you that I'm gonna fucking try as hard as I can. I don't think that I'm really talented. What I think is, I've said this a bunch. I think I'm very determined, and I will figure it out. And it's probably gonna take me a little bit longer, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like. Do you feel like you've progressed and you now see yourself as like more of a comedian than you did, like, say, a year ago?
No. I so there's two different levels I see it as, like two different layers. Like I feel like we're funny,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like we're naturally funny. We can just be funny sometimes without writing and just talking and being humorous to people in our everyday lives since we were probably little. You probably were the same thing. You just always had a knack for making people laugh. That's how I've been since I've been little. So there's that. Then there's the comedy aspect to it, which is working on jokes, progressing in telling jokes, progressing in putting your act together. In that facet, I don't think I've progressed that much as far as writing and putting together material and, um, you know, polishing and putting together an act. In all those aspects, I don't think I've progressed much at all this year. In contacts, in connections, in um, my social aspect of comedy, I've progressed a lot this year in my activity, in um, my showing up. You know what I mean? Like that, all that stuff has progressed, but my actual,
What about your confidence of feeling that you're actually a comedian, or your confidence on stage or anything like
yeah,
that?
100%. The more this year more than ever, I feel like I belong.
That's
This
where I
was
was going
yes,
more.
yes.
It's exactly
You
where,
just you feel like you belong.
yeah.
That's what I mean. Where I'm just like, all right, well, guess what? This year, like I said, I didn't progress. I'm okay with admitting that I didn't write all quarantine.
Yeah, but
I
maybe
could have spent,
that wasn't what you were supposed to progress with this year.
mhm. That's what I mean. I'm not down on myself about it because I know that part of it takes a long time anyway. But from what I did get this year was um my comfort on stage, my you know, being able to be around these people, like you said, makes you step your game up. Like being on the same show with Bob Levy a few weeks in a row, you know, you can't come with like just the same material and half-ass it. Like you have to try stuff, you have to take chances, and you have to, you know, maneuver with your material more. So you're just not like a robot. And he sees that, and I don't know. I don't think he's gonna just surround himself with bullshitters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like he's not just gonna bullshit you and say something to you and treat you like a peer if you're not.
yeah. No, I agree with that. He's a little more forgiving than others, but
Hmm.
just because
Well, he's
he's,
a really nice
yeah,
guy.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
He's very deceiving. He's
He's a
not like
wild
his
man, but he's
yeah.
super
He's
nice.
not like his how you would think he like if you just followed him on Twitter and never met him in real life, you'd have a whole different idea of him.
Or if you just saw his stand up,
Yeah.
then you'd really think he was just a maniac.
That's true too. Yes, exactly.
Because even
Well, I
on
feel like his
Twitter, he reshares a
it's
bunch of.
watered down.
Well, he
It's him
re
watered down, I think.
what
And he's more
Twitter,
political. Yeah.
but he does say like nice things to people on there. But I think if you saw just his stand up, you would definitely be like, this guy's a fucking maniac. But it's like
Yeah, this guy.
if you actually
Yeah.
had a conversation with him, then
He's such a sweetheart.
yeah. He's the first person that I recognize like as a that I knew of for years as a comedian. I knew the name that was just like super cool and showed an interest, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, buddy.
Wanted to help out. All right, brah.
I gotta fucking piss.
Yeah. Well, let's end the live, and then we can discuss the other shit a little bit. What do you want to plug on here, brah?
VicIsFunny.com. You can find all of my shit there, all my social media, my podcast, everything. VicIsFunny.com. I make it so easy for you, so I don't have to spell my fucking weird Instagram variations because some fat chick thinks she's funny.
Oh,
Anyway,
Vic is funny as a chick's.
the IS, yeah. If you look at Vic is funny on Instagram, just the IS,
Yeah.
some fat chick that doesn't hasn't posted since 2015,
Uh, was her name
and she
Victoria?
posted nothing funny. Yeah, nothing funny. There was nothing funny on
She
there at
just
all.
beat you to the name, bro.
She just beat me to the fucking name. So I have to do the stupid fucking IZ like I'm from the places that my mom fucking worked to keep us out of. It's terrible.
Um, for me, yeah, just go to clintesposito.com. I got all my stuff there, and freethinker.tv. Also, please go to cryofit.com, Kryo. They have compression bands that you can put like ice pack, little round ice packs into, and you get 10% off by using the code Esposito10, just 10. And that's it. Like I said, on YouTube, go to Freethinker TV, or just freethinker.tv is the website, or Clint Esposito.